What's up, guys? What's up? We are back. I am back. I couldn't really wait, so I ain't gonna lie. I've been already working on this dang car. I've got the carb out. I did hook jumper cables up to it to see if it would turn over, and it did, so that was good. It does have oil and stuff, which is awesome. But I've already cleaned the carb. I just cleaned it. I'm about to put this thing back in here and see if we can get it to bust off. It did sound like it wanted to start. I haven't actually showed you guys the motor or anything yet. Pretty sure this is a 400cc motor. It looks like a Yamaha or something of that sort. I'm not really sure, but it is a twin cylinder. Probably a 450. But I'm going to get the carb on here and see if it'll start. I did go get another battery for my rallies. It's under there. I just do not feel like taking that thing out right quite yet. But my plan is to at least see if we can get the start and idle. That would be awesome. But the carb was dirty. It was dirty as crap. Had so much junk in it. So we shall see. We're going to see if we can get it to run. Hopefully it does. That would be awesome. So I'll get back with you guys in a minute once I got this carb in. So, I did get this thing back together. Got the carb on and all that good stuff. I'll show you guys that. As you can see, the carb is back on there. It's hooked up. The fuel line is not hooked up yet because I actually have a inline filter I'm going to use to kind of pump out all the junk fuel, because there's not junk fuel, but a lot of junk in the fuel tank. I put fresh fuel in, and we're going to just use this to clean this out. Not really the best way to do it, but we're going to do it. So I'm going to get this installed, and we're going to start it. Inline filter kind of sort of on there. I'm going to push it on some more, hook up the cables to the car, jump it off, and see if we can get it to start. So I'll push this on, get everything hooked up, and we'll see what we got. She runs. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, so quick update. I got the I've gotten the drain the oil out currently, and not to my surprise, but sorry, I don't know what I was doing, but not to my surprise, the oil was filled with fuel. Now the reason it was filled with fuel is probably because this carb is junk. I did get it to run, as you guys saw. But what I'm going to do is I'm letting all this crap drain out, and I'm going to put some fresh fuel in. Not fresh fuel, sorry. Fresh oil. Because this oil is bad. Like, very bad. No wonder it was smoking. Had fuel all and everything. So I'm going to do that. It's fresh oil in. Put the battery in, start it, let it idle. Maybe it'll clear itself out. It didn't sound like it was choking down or anything, so we'll see. But here's a little look under this thing for you guys. It looks awesome. And I did find out this motor, after doing some more looking here, this is actually a Honda motor. I think it's a XR650. Or it could be a 600. I'm not really sure. I've got to do some more looking. But looks to me like a 650 or so. Which would explain a lot. The oil filter is on the other side of this thing. So I will actually have to pull the engine to do the oil filter. So I'm not going to do the oil filter. We're just going to send it. I'm going to lower the back of it back down a little bit. and try to get as much of this junk oil out. Let's see. We still got some down in there, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll keep getting this oil out and try to get as close to ready as we can. Fire it back off, see what it sounds like, see if there's any oil or blow by or smoke or anything of the nature. And we're gonna go from there. So we'll see. Alright, so I got all the oil out. I spilled a lot of it. As you guys can see, it's got a lot of fuel in it. So what I'm doing is I've got it all out. I'm gonna put some break-in oil in it. Maybe that'll help get everything right. I did add a little bit of ATF to the oil cooler. So we'll see if that helps any. But right now I am about to change this battery. Oh. It's been in here for God knows how long, but we're gonna get it out, and I've already bought another battery. It's in the dually. I'm gonna go get it, and then gonna install it and fill it up with oil. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so I got her outside, and I actually got her to idle. I actually flipped it around, put her in gear, and drove it about halfway. The problem I'm having is the carb doesn't want to run unless the choke's up, and you almost have to have your hand over the intake to make the thing want to run, which means that that carb is shot. Not sure what's up with it, but it's definitely no good. I'm gonna start this thing up and see if it'll idle real quick so you guys can hear it. It's got a lot of oil coming out of the exhaust. I think that it was overfilled with oil, so it's just still shooting out oil, but she definitely runs. And today has been a day. So I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna order a new carb. I tried to clean it. Obviously that didn't help much. So I'm gonna order a new carb and see what that does. But honestly, that should help a lot. If we can get this thing to run, then it can burn off some of that oil. It's already burning off a lot, but I think if we can get it to run enough, it'll burn off all that oil. Honestly, maybe if I can get it to idle long enough, I'm gonna take it up the street and we're gonna try to send it up in the field and see what we can make happen. But I do know it goes into gear, clutch works, and it does shift gears, so that's cool. So we're gonna try it maybe in the next day or so. So keep a lookout, get ready, it's gonna be sick. What's up, guys? We are back. You guys have obviously you guys have seen the race car already, but basically what happened is I ended up tearing the engine down, as you can see in this footage here. Now, what ended up happening is the cylinder was bad, and basically I did a cylinder, piston, head gasket, new valve cover gasket, right? So what I did with that is I can actually show you guys. Let me turn on the light here. I'll show you guys the cylinder. It is pretty dang bad. So if you look at it, it's super slick, right? You can almost see a reflection over there. It was almost like the O-rings weren't even touching the dang cylinder. Like, it was that bad. So we got it back together and it's thrown in the car. It's here, it's ready to go. I did start it. It does run way better than it did. And I did start it. It did idle okay. The real issue was the carb. Like, the carb is bad. So what I'm gonna do is I actually got a new carb, brand new Mikuni. It is the same exact one that was on there. It's fitted for a 400EX. Brand new from Hoppan. And we're gonna get it together and put it in there. So this should help solve a lot of the issues, especially like the running issues, like the drivability issues. So the idea is we install this, and then we can get the idle, then obviously we can drive it, and that's the goal. So I'm gonna get this thing pulled off. I'm gonna get the new one on, and we're gonna start it, see if this thing will take fuel and hold it and idle, and we'll go from there. Sup. I am back. I'm alive. 1 second. Sorry, trying to watch some Supercross here. At least some qualifying. But just wanted to check in. I did get the carb on. Got it running. It runs way better. Still had a little bit of valve cover leak, so I wasn't taking the engine out again, so I just went through and put some gasket sealer around the valve cover, and I think that should hold it pretty decently. So I did that. Exhaust is back on. Fuel line's hooked up. I'm about to put the side panel back on and the front panel, and I'm gonna rivet everything back down. Of course, I've got this rivet contraption here, and it's gonna look pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and yeah, get this cockpit tightened up. It is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, seeing this thing like actually start and run was huge for me, especially considering where it came from, the history it kind of has. I can't wait to actually take it out. I've been kind of scouting a few places where I could, maybe go get some laps. So I'm going to reach out to a couple people this week, see if we can get down and get some laps. I'll even take it on these junk tires because I do not care. I just really want to spin some laps. So that's the plan. I will give you guys a full walk around of this thing once I get everything tied up, all the loose ends done. That new Uni carb is so sick. It looks so good, man. But let me get it tied up. Let me get everything on here, and I'll check back in. All right, guys. So just pulled this thing out so I can start cleaning my garage because my garage is a mess. I didn't expect it to actually be good weather out here, so that's kind of surprising. But got all the body panels put back on, so I'll show you guys that. And looks pretty good. I really want to find somebody to do me like a whole body if I decide to keep this thing. Who knows? It's got a little scoop there. But I know you guys never believe me, but watch this. Literally starts right up. So crazy.